Today on Sinder's Playground, I'm going to give you a brief history of the Alien franchise. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Sinder's Playground. And by the title, yes, you know we are talking aliens in the film franchise that I say launched Sigourney Weaver's career. Many would say I would agree with that, sir. Before I even get to my notes here, you're not too familiar with the Alien franchise, am I right?
Yep, you are correct.
Have you seen any?
I think I saw like one or two, but I don't remember the whole movie.
I mean, you don't remember which ones you saw?
Yeah. And then I think the one that I've probably seen and remember the most isn't really an aliens movie. It's a Alien versus Predator type movie.
Oh, one of those. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. But you like the Xenomorphs, though, right?
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
They are cool, man. I was immediately drawn to them. Like, seriously, no, I was. More than I was like, oh, they look so cool, and the sounds they made, and plus they had like acid, like blood and shit, man, which was cool. I was like, damn, that is badass. But I will say my thoughts to the end. So we're gonna get into it. So Alien is a sci-fi horror media franchise centered around Ellen Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver, and her battle with the aliens or xenomorphs. Produced and distributed by 20th Century Fox. The series began with Alien, which was directed by Ridley Scott and has many sequels and prequels. And it has novels, comics, video games, action figures, t-shirts, and much, much more merchandise. It is also has an upcoming series that's going to be on Hulu, which I didn't know. And I have to mention also that the unique xenomorph design was done by Swiss artist H.R. Geiger, which I believe I showed you some of his stuff before. Ridley Scott liked his design. Plus, he had input, obviously, of the alien designs, like in pre-production of the first film and everything. And we have him to thank for the way these cool-looking aliens look like. So what do you think about that? That an artist kind of like actual artist designed the alien.
That's pretty creative. I think it's really awesome, and I think that's how you're gonna get your best work because you see it from an artist's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always different, you know. What other thing? He did something else. You brought it up before.
I think he did some album covers too for like metal bands and stuff like that.
No. It was another movie. We just had an episode on it not too long ago. I'm sure.
I don't know. Forget, sir. So side note though, writer of the first film, Dan O'Brien, initially called the story Star Beast, but changed it to Alien to keep it simpler. Although after he finished writing it, he thought it would just be another low budget horror film at the time, you know. But when 20th Century Fox saw the success of Star Wars, they increased the budget for Aliens. uh, Also, in the first script, the first draft of the script, I should say, the crew was all male. The crew was all males, and Ripley's character was played by Tom Skirt, who ended up in the film anyway. Yeah. um. Now, okay, that was just a little overview. So now we're gonna dive deep into the films now. All right, so you know what? Alien was released in 1979 and had a budget of $11 million. Damn, man, 1979. That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, especially during that time.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. But it made 185 million, sir, worldwide box office. Um, Ridley Scott directed it, obviously, and I told you, writer Dan O'Brien wrote the screenplay. The film follows the crew of the Nostromo, who come across an abandoned ship, and the crew investigates. And finding nothing but one of the crew left, oh, and finding nothing but one of the crew brought something back with them to their ship, and it grows inside of him and then escapes his body with one of the best scenes in horror movie history. uh I mean, have you heard about the
Yeah,
chest bursting scene? Yeah, I love that
I
scene.
heard that. I mean, I haven't seen that part. I haven't seen all the movies. That's probably one of the parts that sticks in your head when you see it.
It's iconic, bro. Like I said, like when you think of aliens, well, you think of Xenomorphs, you think of Ripley, and you think about the chest bursting scene. You know, that's what it is, man. Sorry, lost my spot. Is the alien begins to grow through its stages throughout the film, and eventually becomes what's called a xenomorph, and killing the crew one by one at a time until it left him and Ripley at the end. So, like I said, I don't want to give too much away when I do these synopsis. Wait, did you know that the xenomorphs go through the stages?
Yeah.
Okay, so you did know that much.
Yeah.
Through the stages. What are the stages?
I know. It's they hatch.
Okay.
Then they're like those little rodent things. Not rodent, but they're like little miniature things. Then they become teen adult.
No, well, you mean no. Goes from the egg to the worm to the face hugger.
Oh yeah.
Face hugger, and the face hugger is the ones that implants the seed inside somebody. Then, after the face hugger,
They become the little things, right?
well, yeah, little. Oh no, you know what? I'm wrong. I'm sorry. It goes egg, then it goes face hugger because the face huggers are in the eggs, and then that goes around. Then it attaches itself to somebody, impregnates a person, and the person gets impregnated, and then the chest burst is the worm thing that comes out of him.
Yeah.
And then that eventually grows into a xenomorph.
Yeah. See, teamwork.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while since I've seen these films, man. You know, like I said, stages. But definitely you should see 1 and 2. I mean, they're just like the best, man. You know. And now, moving on to 1986's Aliens, directed by who? James Cameron. Had a budget of 18 million, so they upped the ante, and then it made 132 million, which was less than the first one. The story basically picks up a year after the Nostromo incident, where Ripley is the sole survivor, and when another crew goes silent around that same area, the Marines are called in and told to go in and see what's going on. And Ripley is asked to accompany them because she knows what they will come up against. And the movie is basically the Marines versus the Xenomorphs, pretty much. The film also gives us a reason why people keep going back to this place. It's because of Wayland Yutani, who will be featured throughout all these films. Wayland Yutani is a organization slash company that Ripley worked for in the first film, what you call it, and knowing they knew something was there that first film, and it was like, oh, let's just send these motherfuckers there and see see what's over there, you know. But now that they know what it is, now they want to weaponize what you call it, the xenomorphs, so they can sell it to other military groups and whatnot. So basically, yes, they want to capture the xenomorphs and weaponize them. So that's the whole Wayland Utani's whole goal, you know. And in each film, they always have somebody who's like a Wayland Utani like loyalist. He'll like sabotage the mission and do whatever just so he can get a specimen back to Earth so they can go on and weaponize it. So that's a little story about the through the alien films. Did you know that, sir?
No, I did not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know how man is, bro. Like I said, we see something cool, man. We want to weaponize it. Or it's like, how can we use this? How can we use this?
Brings me back to Jurassic Park.
Yep. Okay, so that's basically Aliens by James Cameron. So, did you know that was second one was done by James Cameron?
No, I did not.
Mm-hmm. Fresh off of Terminator, man. Like I said, he did this, you know, which is pretty dope. Yeah. Damn, imagine like doing Terminator. Then you get to do Aliens. Yeah.
His wallet is probably
Yeah. I'm like, bro, yeah, he was on a good streak right there. Then we go. So it is a long gap because 1992 we get Alien 3, directed by who? David Fincher. You don't know who that is, do you?
Nope. I probably know his work, maybe.
David Fincher, one of my favorite directors, probably in my top 3. Honestly, he's
Really?
that good because he directed 7, Fight Club,
Oh shit.
Panic Room, Gone Girl, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. All films I like.
Nice.
All the films I like. And it was written by Vincent Ward and had a budget of $50 million. It made $160 million worldwide for the box office. Now, following the events of Aliens, an egg hatches aboard the Marine spaceship. The Solinco, sorry, and releasing a facehugger who goes on a crazy rampage and starts a fire in the ship. So basically, Ripley was in what do you call it, like a cryogenic sleep, whatever, after she killed the last of the aliens in the previous film, you know, because she wanted to sleep on her way back home, and but she didn't get all of them.
Damn.
She didn't get all of them. And so when this thing got loose, it caused a fire onto the ship she was on, and basically, as a safety measure, which called if anybody's in cryo, the ship will automatically eject them. You know, cause you know, kind of how like the autopilot for like jets and stuff.
Yeah.
So she was in a pod, which called it got ejected, and it landed. What you call into a prison planet. Oh, landed on a prison planet, but the facehugger, what you call it, hatched on to her pod, so she brought it with her. And it's good. So Ripley brings this to this prison planet, and then what you call it, and then they take her in. Well, like the security at the prison take her in and everything, you know, trying to get her back home. You know, while she's waiting, what you call it, this thing is growing and growing and growing. It starts taking out the prisoners one at a time and everything. And then, of course, showdown again was Ripley and the alien. So that was Alien 3. Hey, it was that right.
Not your favorite.
Yeah, my favorite. Then, wait, what was that? Excuse me. Then, 1997, Alien Resurrection is released. Has a budget of $70 million. And it made $161 million. Directed by Jean-Pierre Jaunt. Jean-Pierre Jaunt. What do you call it? And this is set 200 years after Alien 3.
Oh shit. So Ripley's gone.
But Sigourney Weaver's in the film because there's a Ripley clone that's there. Well, they say it's a clone. There's a clone of Ripley that the military is using, because when she died, what you call it, they took some of her blood and they made clones of her. So they made clones of her and trying to splice the xenomorph DNA with her DNA.
What
Yeah. Oh yes, because because by this time, the Wayland Utani, they have specimens now, you know. So they're splicing Ripley's DNA with the xenomorph DNA. Okay, so this clone has an alien. Oh, so this particular clone though has an alien growing inside of her, which she doesn't know. And the clone is also enhanced because it has the blood of the alien. So she has enhanced strength, reflexes, uh, and what you call it, and it's very durable. What you call it? So the scientists extract the embryo from Ripley and they continue to use her as a baby machine. So every time she gets impregnated, they just kind of take the egg before it hatches, out of her, and then just sew her back together, basically. And
That's crazy.
do another one. Cool.
That's worse than Handmaid's Tale.
Seriously, man.
Handmaid's Tale.
Oh. Okay, so but the clone has psychic links with all these babies that are coming from her, obviously, because they coming from her. So she has a link with all these xenomorphs that they're pulling out of her or anything.
So can she control them?
Oh.
Wait, so is she a prisoner? Or is she just doing it
I don't
willingly?
no, this is Resurrection.
Oh.
3 was the prisoner.
No, but like is she like doing this willingly? Like
Well, it's a clone. It's not like it's a person.
I mean, clones have feelings.
Yeah, it's a person, man. But yeah, but she, has a change of heart. What you call it?
Oh, okay.
All right. And so check this out. So out of nowhere, a group of mercenaries come to this facility and drop off humans that have been abducted. So now they're not using Ripley. Now they're gonna start using real live people as hosts for these things. So they can mass produce them. So the mercenaries just like kidnapped a bunch of people and just dropping them off, basically. Okay. But one of the mercenaries recognizes Ripley. uh, and figures out what the military is up to. So she tries to stop it with the help of her allies, and also convinces Ripley what she's doing is wrong. So basically, it's them going against this government slash military that's trying to mass produce these goddamn aliens and shit like that. So it's all right. It's all right, man. I mean, I don't like the idea of Ripley being a clone. I'm just saying,
You don't like it, or you do?
I don't like it. I don't like it. Well, what do you think about that?
I think it's weird.
It is weird. I mean, so why do you have this sort of like 1,000 years in the future?
Yeah.
I mean, 200 years in the future. There's no need for that.
Yeah, it doesn't add value to the movie, basically.
No, it doesn't, man. Like, because people like Ripley, like the real deal. They might feel cheated if we get in a clone, even though we know it's the same actress or whatever. Then, sir, wouldn't get anything for a while until 2004's Alien versus Predator. That had a budget of $70 million and it made 178 million worldwide. Directed by who? Paul S. Anderson. You don't know who that is, do you?
I do not.
Oh man. So this guy, what you call it? He directed the first 6 Resident Evil films and the original Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh shit! So I should know this guy.
And also he married Mila Jovovich, who also is a star of Resident Evil. Not a good looking man. So yeah. So what you got? So he went from video games to Alien vs Predator, so which is basically a video game in itself, really, because Alien vs Predator does have an arcade game.
Yeah, it does.
So that's his deal. That's his deal, man. That's what he does, man. So basically, this story is a predator ship arrives on Earth on the Antarctic and is presence disrupts the ecosystem there, and the scientists see a spike in temperature in the Arctic. And the scientists work for Charles Whalen. Whalen? Yeah, Whalen. What you call it? Charles Whalen. So from the Whalen Yutani that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
So he's a descendant of these people, of the organization or
So
whatever.
he sends people
Scientists,
over
yeah.
there.
Yeah. So when his team investigates and finds a pyramid buried underneath the ice, man. So he sends, he sends his team plus some mercs, where there to see what it is he can find, pretty much, because that's all he's about, finding shit that nobody else has and just mass producing it. So while this is happening, three predators, that are aboard a ship make their way to this pyramid because they got a spike on their signals. Like, what's going on over there? Yeah. And it just so happens though that there's an alien queen in this pyramid, man. And so she's awakened, obviously, about all the shit going on in her place.
Who's in my house?
Okay. And so her xenomorphs go out to protect her and secure the base, basically, and that's basically the plot. So three groups crossing paths, ending up fighting each other. So you got the military, you got the predators, and then you got the aliens. So of course you have to get the humans involved somehow, which I really don't care. I mean, honestly, you could just do a movie with just predators killing aliens or vice versa, man. I'd be fine with that. You don't need people in it.
Yeah.
For my money, as I'm just saying, you really don't. You really don't, man. Wait, so
who won?
Well, you gotta watch it, man, to find out.
What?
But you saw this one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so then
I'm just trying to get some info for the
for the listeners,
viewers, man. The
well,
listeners.
they can watch it and find out.
Sorry, guys, I tried.
Then, a few years later, 2007, Alien vs. Predator Requiem was released. That had a budget of $40 million, and
man, they knocked down that budget.
Yeah, they did, man. It's like, man, if we were there, we didn't get a good investment on our returns. So we're slicing that budget in half. But it made $130 million, which
wow, that's pretty good. They made 100 plus.
Well,
both.
No, Alien vs Predator made $178 million. So,
yeah, but they had a budget of 70 million.
Yeah. So what's going? And this was directed by the brother Strauss, another brother director team. But I'll pause for a second because when I was doing research for this, I had no idea who these cats were. I was just like, okay. So these guys actually broke into Hollywood being special effects guys. They worked on special effects for 300, X2, T3, and also they did music videos for Red Hot Chili Peppers, Linkin Park, Opeth, Flyleaf, Disturbed, and Stain. So yeah, they're kind of good with visual effects, to say the least.
Yeah.
I mean, 300 was awesome.
Yeah.
I really like that, bro. X2 is my favorite X movie, believe it or not.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, X2 is my favorite. Yeah. And T3, it was alright. Yeah. It was alright, man. So I just want to drop that info for you guys out there, So now back to the story. Following the events of Alien vs. Predator, a predator ship leaves Earth carrying a chest burster, with the traits of both species like in it, and
like the human or like the
no, aliens and predators.
Oh, so it had predator DNA.
Yeah, predator
and human. Wow, that's a killing machine right there.
So because of this, it rapidly matures, so it doesn't take as long as it usually does, and it's unveiled as a pred alien. So this pred alien like I said, grows extremely fast, which and kills everybody aboard the Predator ship, pretty much, except for one. So the last Predator sends out a distress signal to his home planet. That's good. So back on the Predator's home world, a veteran Predator sees the signal. This Predator's name is Wolf, but actually, yeah, because in Requiem, this is the first time they had names. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So he gets the signal and travels to Earth to kill all the Xenomorphs, and battles the Pred alien as well, with the humans getting involved as usual. So that's a short synopsis of that film. Um, yeah, um, yeah, I thought that was cool how it kind of gave them personality too, to give them the predators names and stuff like that. I mean, besides their physical differences, giving them names I think helps, man. And I think, well, not I think, I hope next Predator movie we can see more of them and see like names and stuff, like because I don't know where they're gonna go with that series. Because even though I like Prey, I would like to see something else. You know,
Like what?
I don't know, maybe something in modern times, and see one of them fuckers come down here and just start killing motherfuckers, like I said. Yeah, the Predator alien. Yep, that's what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's sick.
It is, bro. Shit. What, do you remember this film?
No,
Requiem?
I didn't. I don't remember a Requiem.
Oh man, it was good. Yeah, it's the first time we got the splicing of the two species. So yeah, man. I liked it. It was good, man. I mean, only for the Pred alien aspect. I mean, everything else surrounding it was kind of. Well, I shouldn't say that because I like I just said, I like the fact that the Predators had more of a personality, I guess, in this one. And weren't just killing machines. So yeah, like I said, yeah, I want to see that elaborated on. Like I said, I want to see more of their culture. I want to see more individualism of the Predators and stuff like that. So that's what I want to see in the next Predator film. You know, just as an eyeball. Oh
Yeah,
man,
that's pretty cool though.
yeah, it is. Mm. Then, sir, another long gap until 20. Well, it's not really long. No, it's not that long. But 2012, sir, we get Prometheus, man. And you never saw. I know you never saw this one, right?
No.
Returning to the Helm, Ridley Scott directs, man, and is written by John Spathis. Sorry, John. That had a budget of $130 million. Damn, guess how much it made though?
210.
Made $400 million.
Damn.
Why, man?
What the?
So before I get into the story details, so this is basically a prequel to Aliens. Well, Alien. This prequel for Alien. So that's why I think people were loudly like intrigued to see this. That's why I made so much money. It's like, oh, where did these fucking things come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically,
Do you get the answer in that movie?
so in 2089, this is where this is set. So basically, Alien is even farther than 2089, which is ridiculous. So in 2089, archaeologists Elizabeth Shaw and Charlie Holloway discover a star map in Scotland, and this seems to match other maps from other civilizations, well, other star maps and other civilizations, and they interpret it as the beginning of humanity, and that the map was created by the engineers. That's what they call them. They call them engineers, aka the creators of life. So the scientists, funded by Peter Whalen, set out for these coordinates on this star map, so they can find the engineers or something that proves they exist, because they want to be proven that the engineers exist or they don't exist. So that's their reason for going. Okay. And on this planet, as they're exploring looking for the engineers, one of the crew gets infected by goo mist thing. Was it goo? Yeah, it was goo. It was goo. And
You.
it was a goo. And is affected. Oh yeah, so he gets the goo, what you call it, and then he just starts. You can see him just deteriorating, yeah, and everything. And then eventually, a snake-like alien spore then uh spits out of him, pretty much. Aka pre-log to the chest burster. And then
Pre-cum.
so then it's on the ship, so it tries to kill Holloway and all the rest of the crew on this ship. Well, the ship is called the Prometheus. um, and basically everybody gets affected except Shaw and then the only other android. Well, I should say only other. Her and an android are the only survivors. So that's basically the plot of Prometheus. But at the end, though, actually, it's an end credit scene now that happens. So we see it. So they do find the engineers. Well, they find one. They in the film they find one engineer. What you call it? And then he can just tell how shitty humans are. So when he looks at them, he just starts killing a bunch of he could just tell. It's like, oh yeah, you guys are shitty. Yeah, you guys are shitty, just killing them. And then what's called? And then so, but obviously he didn't kill everybody because Shaw made it out alive. But so at the end, as he's like, thinking about what to do next, or whatever, the spore finds him,
Oh.
and then what do you call it? And then infects him, and then it actually infects him, goes in his mouth. What do you call it? Then really quick, it's not like the later films where it takes a while. Really quick, it like impregnates him with it, and then he just comes out of him. What do you call it? And it's called the Deacon. Let me see if I can find the word. Sorry, folks. The Deacon is the first xenomorph.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Deacon. Damn it!
Yeah, I heard Prometheus was an interesting movie. But yeah, I never saw that one.
No, that's good. I have them both.
So you have a physical copy.
See, so that's what the first one looks like.
Oh.
You can tell like the beginnings because you know how they always have the double teeth.
Yeah.
Like, Deacon. I mean, it's probably a better picture. You can see the full thing. So yeah, so the Deacon is the first xenomorph actually recorded history. So basically, they were around when, like I said, civilization started. That's how old aliens are, or xenomorphs are. Yeah. I mean, in this universe. I mean, in this universe. And the fact, that they had the strength to fucking take out, quote unquote God. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's really ridiculous, man. So yeah, that was Prometheus. You should watch that. I mean, it's kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Boring.
Like halfway through. I mean, you gotta tough it out. You gotta tough it out. But like that second half though, very good. But then, even though that movie made all that money, fans were like, "What the fuck? The alien didn't come up to the end." So, so Ridley Scott said, "All right." 2017, he released Alien Covenant, and aliens in full display on this one. So this is a continuation of Prometheus. Had a budget of $110 million, and it made $240 million. Which one? This takes place 11 years after the events of Prometheus. So the android that survived with Shaw is named David. And who created this android? Wayland Utani. What you call it? And so this android and Shaw are the sole survivors, and basically they team up to stop Wayland from furthering his plan of these aliens or shit like that. So the lineage of the Wayland family obviously goes back a long way, and from the beginning, they wanted to weaponize these goddamn xenomorphs. Since they got into the business, which is ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, just give it a rest. Move on to something else. But yeah. So yeah, so Shaw, who was the survivor from the first film, well, not from Prometheus, and her android companion David go to stop the plans. But David is kind of working both sides, so you don't know where he stands because he's an android.
You can't trust those
Yeah.
androids.
Those synthetic beings.
Yeah.
Because one scene he looks like he's helping Shaw, and the next scene looks like he's doing something from Wayland. So gotta watch him. Gotta watch him, which is funny. All right, sir. So those are all the films to date. Well, obviously it didn't cover Prey because Prey is not Alien. So
Yeah.
but those are all the films. Now, sir, we're gonna go into other media, if you will. So Alien has been in print since the first film, with novels and comics. Even comics again been written up until this day. One novel I recommend is Alien Out of the Shadows. And as far as comics go, is there a whole line of comics called Alien vs. Predator, but you didn't know that.
No, I did not.
Released by Dark Horse. Also, the aliens have crossed paths with some big name heroes, man. Like the miniseries Aliens versus Superman, Batman versus Aliens, Wildcats versus Aliens, Green Lantern versus Aliens, and in 2020, Marvel Comics are now to have the rights to print Alien comics.
Damn.
What you call it? Yep. And also gives them the rights to do Alien vs. Predator comics if they want to. Which is cool. Which
That's interesting, and I'm excited to hear that.
Well, again, I think it's because when Disney brought
They just buying shit.
Yeah, no. Well, obviously Disney owns Marvel, but last year when they bought Fox, 20th Century Fox, which owns Aliens and Predator, so that's why Marvel can do this now. They can. Oh, so we can write those books now. Since they're under the Disney umbrella. Damn, they really are becoming a monopoly.
At this rate, yeah.
They're gonna own every important IP. Really, they really are. I mean, they're halfway there when you think about it.
Yeah.
They really
pretty much. Universal and DC are the only two
Yeah.
that are opposing.
Yeah, DC.
And Universal could get bought I feel like any day.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
rate.
I mean, well, DC's the holdout, really, when you think about it. Like I said, that would be ridiculous if if Marvel and DC were under the same roof. Can you imagine?
That'd be insane.
Oh.
Well, DC, I heard, is making some moves.
No, but I mean, DC is owned by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is huge.
Yeah.
So,
that's true.
like I said, I don't think Warner Brothers would sell.
Don't.
Would sell DC, but you never know. I'm just saying. But
I want to see it, Marvel. I want to see it. Well, Disney, actually. Disney, just buy Warner Brothers. Just take it up.
Oh no! Like I said, no, I think legit people would veto that. Would nope, they can't do that. They can't have everything. They can't have everything, man. Oh wait, before I move on, so what do you think about those crossovers? Aliens or Superman, Batman?
Those are pretty interesting. I didn't know that at all.
Actually, it's a good series. I have the first three because they did it 3 times. It was Batman's versus Predators.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I'm interested in hearing about that because that sounds pretty nuts.
For the world's greatest detective against the universe's greatest hunter. Come on, man. That's nothing but goodness right there, bro. But no, I like those books. Those are awesome. Batman versus Predator. Read them if you haven't already. Highly recommend those. But the Aliens versus Superman is dope too because yeah, you want to see Superman let loose. Read those books because he has to kill them because you know how Xenomorphs are, they won't stop.
Yeah.
So he has to kill them. He's just like, oh, okay. He's like, okay, no reasoning with you things, so yeah, I'm gonna have to take y'all out. But yeah, those two in particular, yeah, the Alien, Superman, and Batman versus Predators. I like those two for sure. Now I'm not gonna list every single. We're going to video games. I'm not gonna list every single video game. I'm gonna list the good ones. Everything. Of course, you have the classic arcade Alien versus Predator, which I'm sure you played at least once in your life. Right?
Yeah.
The arcade beat 'em up. I love that one. Then there was an Alien 3 arcade game that had like the gun that you shoot, which is cool. I remember that vividly. That was cool. Then in 1996, you had the FPS Alien Trilogy that was on PS2, and I don't know. Yeah, I think it was just a PS2 at the time. Yeah, I did buy that. I remember that. I bought that. That was cool. First person shooter. So just going through all first three films, which is awesome. I'm dying for somebody to make a good Alien game now.
Yeah.
Dying for someone. And then we got 2013's Alien Colonial Marines. Do you remember this game?
No.
I was hyped for this game. I really was. I was like, oh my god, we're finally gonna get a good Alien game, man. It looks so dope, man. I was like, oh, I cannot wait, man. I was like, and I think they pushed it back a few months. I was like, all right, that's fine. That means it's good. I played it. I think I beat it maybe it took me 2 days to beat it. Very disappointing.
Oh no.
Especially the ending, man, because there wasn't no big fight between like Ripley and the alien. You just hit the airlock. And
they just fly
yeah,
out.
the queen just flies out. I'm just
Man,
like,
that's trash.
I'm like, what? No big fight, man.
You could have done something before.
So yeah, it was disappointing. It was harsh. And then the Xenomorph AI wasn't really intelligent either. It was very easy to sneak around them. So yeah, definitely a letdown. Definitely a letdown. But then a year later, 2014, Alien Isolation was released. Have you heard about this one?
No.
Really? Oh, people have been raving about this game. I haven't played it yet. So basically, this is like your ownership with aliens, but you got nothing, like no guns or anything like that.
Oh shit.
So basically, you
high stakes.
Yeah, so you're just trying to survive, and find a way out. So that's why I didn't get into it because I mean, if I'm playing an alien game, I want to kill them, But this is more sneaking around and using your wits and stuff like that, which is cool, I guess, if you like that.
10 minutes.
Yeah, if you like that kind of thing, but that's not for me. So that's why I never played this one.
You can't get a gun later on.
I don't think so.
What?
I think you might get a flamethrower.
Trash.
I think you might get a flamethrower,
Trash.
but that's it. No guns. So yeah, so those are standout games for me. Of course, there are many more. Like I said, there's Aliens on Genesis and Super Nintendo and GameCube and all those other systems as well, and 360. Yes, obviously. So yeah, but those are standout games. Now, besides that, there's T-shirts, stickers, mugs, posters. There have been several lines of action figures, even an animated series called Alien Operation. And in 2022, there was a new theme park in Malaysia that's alien themed. Why do all these overseas countries get these cool ass parks and we don't?
That's crazy.
We don't. I don't understand that because I think there's something else that I read. Somebody had a park of them. I think when we did the Bruce Lee episode, they had like a Bruce Lee thing.
Oh, that's
He,
cool.
which is, it's like, oh, well, how come we can't get one? He was born here. Okay. Um, oh yeah, that's the last thing I put. I was like, and why don't we get one? I have no idea.
That'd be cool. You got a face hugger.
Oh yeah, man. So those are my notes, sir. So after hearing the rundown of the movies and everything in the history of this franchise, man, what do you think of Aliens as a franchise now?
I think that's pretty interesting. I didn't know they had so many movies. Actually, I thought they only had like two, and then Alien versus Predator. So I've been slacking on my.
Well, 3 and Resurrection aren't really valued, I should say.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't know that they had that many. I didn't know they had games either. That sounds pretty fun. I would want to try to play the games, except for that one where you just have to run and hide. That would remind me too much of
What?
like
What game?
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, well, no, I like Metal. Well, I like Metal Gear, obviously, but
Yeah,
but
but
you get guns in that game, though. You get weapons here. That's why I'm not like on board with it.
well, like I told you, I only played Metal Gear Solid for like 5 minutes, and it was, and I think it was just me having to run and sneak for the 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
But I know that there's more to that,
Mhm.
but yeah, no, I wouldn't mind playing. I'm really interested about those comics, so
Oh yeah, man, definitely, man. Like I said, good stuff. So are you gonna dive in and watch these movies now?
yeah, I think I could. I'll want to watch. I definitely want to watch Prometheus,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
then maybe I'll start Prometheus. Then I'll do one, and then
No, you gotta watch Prometheus, then you gotta watch Covenant. 'Cause that comes right after Prometheus.
oh yeah, Prometheus Covenant, and then
Then
one.
Aliens, Alien 3. Well, I mean, if you want to, you can watch Alien 3 and Resurrection. If you want to, but yeah, I would go Prometheus, Covenant, Alien, Aliens, and I would just stop there. Yeah. But if you want to keep going, you can keep going. Yeah. It's up to you.
Which was your favorite Aliens?
I like them both. Because believe it or not, they're totally two different movies. In my opinion, because Alien is, to me, that's a straight up horror movie. To me. And then Aliens is like sci-fi to me, you know. That's the way I see them. So I like them both equally. Yeah, I don't like one more than the other. I like them both, bro. I mean, gun to my head, I'll probably say Alien, the first one. Yeah,
The OG.
the OG one, man. That's so dope, man. Like I said, because it's not only our first time seeing them, it's like these people's first time seeing them, and they don't know how to deal with it, how to handle it.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh,
So there's a level of relatability.
yeah, yeah. Like they don't know what's going on. They don't know how to deal with it. So yeah, I like it. The uncertainty of it. I mean, of the cast and the crew, and just them, figuring a way out. Well, I should say Ripley figuring a way out. Ripley figuring a way out, and everything. What? This is the other question I had for you. Rico.
You know if they're working on a new one?
Huh?
Do you know if they're working on a new movie at all?
Uh,
Like I know Predator just made a movie not too long ago.
Well, didn't I
like,
say that at the
last
beginning
year.
of my notes? Yeah, they're working on this a series.
No, but that's a series. I'm
Mhm.
talking about movie. Like,
I mean,
fuck these series.
I think Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott's gonna do one more. I think because he wants to complete this prequel trilogy. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So he has one more he has to do. So, like I said, honestly, if you watch the end of Covenant, and he did leave it open for the story to go on. You know what I mean? And David plays a major part towards the end of that film, the android. So yes, I would like to see David's story wrap up. You know. So yeah, like I said, hopefully he can get it done. Yeah, he's old, man. How old is he? Because he's probably not long for this world, man.
Damn! Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Being real, being real. uh, I'm sorry. He's 85, man. He's 85. So yeah, like I said. uh, what else did he do? Oh, Blade Runner. I forgot that was Ridley Scott. He also did. Oh man, he directed Gladiator with Russell Crowe. Remember that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did that. He did. Oh shit! Word. He directed Hannibal with Anthony Hopkins, and he directed American Gangster with Denzel Washington, which was pretty dope.
Damn.
I liked that.
He has some good ass movies in his under his belt.
Oh, he's been around long enough.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. What did this guy do to you?
I like what are you talking about? He's awesome. Like I said, he's does some good shit, But like I said, you need to get this film done before time runs out. That's what I'm saying. I would hate for somebody else to try and finish his story. You know what I mean? So because they would definitely fuck it up.
Yeah.
They would definitely fuck it up. So like I said, just get it done, man. Please get it done. All right, I think I'm gonna call it. So thank you for checking out Sinder's podcast and have me geek out about the Alien franchise. My name is Sinder. If you want, you can hit me up on Instagram at Cinder666. Usually just post about the show pretty much and cool shit I find on the internet. And then
you could hit me up on Instagram, JoseCE90, and give us any feedback, any comments, any episode suggestions. We're open.
Yeah. So that is our thoughts. Well, my thoughts on aliens. Because you didn't know shit about it.
No, I did not.
Yeah, thanks for listening if you made it this far. And if you wouldn't mind, you'd love a 5-star rating if we made you
laugh at least once.
or interchange you in the slightest. We appreciate that 5-star rating. And also share would be also greatly appreciated. I thank you in advance. Till next time, I am Sinder, and I will talk to you guys later.
Peace out.